And now, from Glasgow.
So, hello, welcome to my update, channel update. This is filmed on the 12th of July, which is a Friday, to go out on the 14th of July. Please forgive that I have a cat that's decided to be super friendly today, which is really good because I'm really super happy mood today. So, first of all, apologies that there has not been a channel update the last 2 weeks. I've got some news for you, but basically my work, I wasn't happy there and I wasn't able to get any hobbying done. I just wasn't being able to get anything done. I couldn't even do live streams were possible, but they wouldn't have been very good. So there's been no channel updates for the last, is it 3 weeks? So what's been happening on the channel for the last 3 weeks? So first of all, on the Mondays, we've had 4 issues of RoboCop. So we've got 27, 28 on a couple of weeks ago, and then this week we've had 29 and 30. The new RoboCops have arrived. We have a new pack, 31, 32 and 33, 34. They have been filmed. They are ready to go on their normal schedule. E.T. has gone out 21, 22, 23. That was, I'm going to say last week because I'm filming it, but it's so 21, 22 has already gone out. 21, 22, 23, sorry, and 24, 25, 26 has gone out, is going out tomorrow as you're watching this. Now 27, 28, 29 has been filmed, and that will go out in 2 weeks, and 30, 31, 32 has been filmed. Really nice issues. Bit of a spoiler, they're really nice actually. It's all coming together now. Some could argue that they're drawing this out, some will argue that they're not. I'm just a trust the process person. Now, as I was filming it and I was chatting about the plans and things like that, I was saying, I think I said it on both the RoboCop and the ET videos, it's quite nice because I can do a double issue of RoboCop and a triple issue of ET, and that will be 4 videos a month. The packs are starting to come every 28 days and you're starting to be able to rely on them. And then quite literally the day that I finished filming them and editing the videos, Fan Home does an announcement that the next 2 packs of ET, one will be delayed 2 weeks and the one after will be delayed 3 weeks. Now, I don't need ETs until the 27th of August, which is over a month away. It's 6 weeks from the time of filming this. So I don't know what to do. I'm thinking maybe I might just reduce the ETs down to 2 issues per video, and then we'll worry about catching up another time. But it's a little bit of a struggle because obviously just as you get things sorted out, Fan Home comes along and they have production problems. Tuesday, still haven't been able to kick Tuesday in yet. I did want to get some figures done in the hotel, but I just wasn't able to, which for reasons which will become clear a bit later. Wednesday is Eddie Stobart. Now, this coming week, Wednesday, marks the very last day of the Eddie Stobart. The Eddie Stobart is finished. I don't know if you can see the background. I'll be honest with you, I haven't actually finished it properly. I've just explained to everyone what I've done. I'm happy enough with the results. I've got some extra things that I want to do with it, but do you know what? I need a break from Eddie Stobart. If you've been watching the last 8 magazines for Eddie Stobart, I'm sorry, I'm not going to mince my words. They've just sucked the life out of it. A little bit of recovery on the very last one, issue 140. It's a bit more enjoyable, but you know, that's the way it is. We have got a nice model overall, but if you only remember a model for its last, say, 10 issues, Eddie Stobart's not going to be up there in the greatest. So once Eddie Stobart has finished, the channel will take a 1-week break on the Wednesday, and then we have a new wooden... Hello again, gorgeous. Did you miss me in the last 5 minutes? So the channel will take a 1-week break. Then we're going to be starting to go over to what I call Wooden Wednesday. So Wednesday from now on will only be wood. And it's a little bit of a cop-out, if you like. I have a tool. I've bought this tool, and I'm building the tool, and you will see the video on it, and that will come up on the 31st of July. Sorry, bear with me a sec. I think my phone is on silent. That's funny. I'm going to have to take a cut. I'll explain later if I can find my stop button. So, my apologies for that short break. Someone had just sent me a message, a phone call, but they sent me a message saying I've rung you, and I thought my phone didn't ring. Turns out I've got my phone on silent, which is a very normal thing for me to do when I'm driving, but I didn't realise I kept it on. Missy, you are in my way. So yes, where was I up to? So, on the 7th of August we have a brand new model. It's an actual model which I'm doing kind of like a part work. I'm just doing very short stages every week. It's going to be made of wood plus little bits of metal. The only thing I'm going to tell you about it is not a ship. So that will be coming in a couple of weeks. So Thursday's Gauntlet. Now I have filmed and uploaded 53, 54, 55, 56, all as separate episodes. And then you've got 57, 58, 59, which I believe will finish off the middle finger. That will be coming next week on the 25th of July. And then on the 1st of August, you have the premium base. Then you'll have another. Basically, Gauntlet is so far ahead. Basically what's happened is when I got the latest pack of Gauntlet, there's no space till the 22nd of August. So what I've done is I've actually filmed 5 episodes in one, and I have the saw hand to prove it. So I've inadvertently been warned before. I know Building with the Boys did an update once, and he said about he did an awful lot of part works, and his hand is sore. He can only do so much. It's only 25 screws, but it's 25 screws into metal. Did I say 7 episodes? I meant 5. But 5 screws per issue, 25 screws. 2 or 3 days on, my hand is still sore, so I'm going to have to be careful about that. So that is coming up in August. So I'm going to try and cram as many Gauntlet videos to get issues together, because I say it's getting a bit ridiculous. I've now actually made videos all the way up till the end, so I'm like a month and a half ahead. So we'll try and get that caught up. Friday still got nothing yet. Now Saturday, I thought I was going to have a new video for you. I have purchased an Airfix starter set, which I have started to put together, and that's all I'm going to tell you. In fact, that's all I'm going to show you. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get that out on time for the reason that I'm about to explain. So, as most of you guys knew, I'm sorry, I'm going to do something that some people frown upon on stream, but I really don't care. So, when I was home from Manchester last time, I applied for a new job. I was just getting a bit fed up with the job that I was doing. It wasn't working out as well as it was for London. London contract's finished, now we're on to a Manchester contract, or rather an Oldham. It just wasn't working out for me. The hotel that we're in, there's no storage space, so I can't leave my hobby gear behind. So I wasn't able to take any hobby gear, which is why I've done no hobby. So I've had no release. I've had no hobby time for the last 3 weeks. In addition, there were some other issues that will stay private between us, but there's issues between me and payroll. And then there was a big issue. So I just handed my notice in. So as you are watching this, I am still technically working for that company. But tomorrow I don't. So I had applied for a job, and they'd said to them, look, I haven't got my taco card yet, but I'm applying, and I'm about to go to Manchester for 3 weeks. And they said, okay, best thing to do is contact us when you get back from Manchester. So on Tuesday when I came home, I dropped them a little email to say, yeah, I'm home, and I've not heard from them. And then suddenly I saw this this advert on Facebook. Now, I don't normally trust Facebook, but that seems to be the way to go at the moment. So I saw this company advertising for drivers. I'll explain the job advert the way that I read it, which is, this time last year we had 2 minibuses. Now we've got a load of coaches. We've got more contracts than we can handle. We're desperate for drivers. We're going to pay you a little bit more than the going rate for your area. Not as much as you were in Manchester, but obviously it's all about work-life balance. So I messaged them, and then I gave them a phone call, and this must have been Wednesday, and I called them yesterday. I went for an interview today, and they said, oh, we'll give you a call today, either way, whether it's a yes or a no. And I went, fair enough, I can respect that. Any company that rings me up has got the balls to ring me up and say, sorry, Penny, we're not giving you the job. Fair enough. I feel a bit daft. I have to do a disclosure for some of my jobs so that I can pick school kids up. I've told them I'm not interested in doing school runs, but I still need to have a disclosure. And he says, did you bring your disclosure? And I'm like, no, I didn't, but it's sitting at home. So I came home and I sent photos, and whether it was just coincidence or because of the disclosure, 5 minutes later they rang me up and they said, when can you start? And I said, when can you start me? And they said, we'll sort something over the weekend. Now, whether he meant you're starting at the weekend or we'll organise some work for you for Monday over the weekend, I'm not 100% sure, but either way, I'm in work now. And then about half an hour before I started recording this, because I was going to record this Saturday night, they ring me up and they say, we've got a problem. We've got a driver that's no longer with us. It's bringing the coach back. He's in the middle of a coach tour. Can you either work tonight or early tomorrow morning? You got to take the coach down there and finish their tour off. And I'm like, yeah, okay then. So I've got 2 days work this week. So, but it's going to be one of those jobs where obviously when I work, I'll earn money. When I don't work, I don't earn money. I'd like them to give me a 45, 50 hour week. But there might be weeks when I don't earn so much money. There'll be times when I'm earning money for nothing. Did you know that if I did, say, a 5-day tour holiday, for example, say to Blackpool, drive them down on the Monday, I might do a lot of driving because there might be 5 or 6 pickup points on the way. But you drive down to Blackpool, you get there Monday night, you've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, and then you drive them all back Friday. So in 5 days, you've got 2 days driving. You're still getting 5 days pay. How cool is that? Because I said to him, I said, so basically, for 3 days, I'll be wiggling my toes in the sand, eating ice cream, building sandcastles, and that's 3 days pay for that. And he went, yeah, that's basically it. So, this is what the good times are going to be like. They won't always be like that. They've got rail replacement contracts, grumpy customers sitting there with a face against the window, wishing they were on the train. And there might be times when I have to do school buses, but it seems a bit of an adventure. If any of you guys have been a tour bus driver, tell me your experiences. But it was really nice because I said to him, look, I'll be honest with you, everybody's after experienced tour drivers. I've done a little bit of tour work, not days on end, but I've done the odd day here and there, but not enough to give me the confidence to say I'm experienced. And he says, don't worry about it. He goes, we've got a young lady started with us last month. She's got 2 years experience driving buses. She's never done any tour work. She's currently out on a tour job. I said, fair enough. And then obviously because of this phone call today, where they've rung me up, and I said to him, I said, look, obviously when I'm on an interview, I can say all these things that I think you want to hear. You don't know if I'm telling the truth, but I said I made a lot of money in the past by companies ringing me up and saying I'm in a little spot of bother, and I'm like, right, I'll help you get out of that bother. So new job starting yesterday. Today, if you're watching this on the Sunday, I should be on my way home from the first job. Obviously it means I don't know what time off I'm going to get. There's theoretically legal ways of wiggling it so that I don't actually get any days off, but I still get my legal time off. Go on do a tour holiday, have 2 days break while I'm there. I can work forever, can't I? Which I don't really want to do. I just do want to spend more time with my family. That's a very politician term, isn't it? Right, guys, so that is it. So part work's continuing. I'm soon going to have something Saturday coming, and I'm going to try and work on some of these Warhammer figures. So I've got the next video ready to run. I don't want to release it because I haven't got the one after ready to go. But basically, I don't know why I've done it like that, but I've got a video. The next video hasn't been done. The one after is done. And then the next one after that needs working on. So I need to get one video done, then I've got 3 weeks worth of videos done. So then we can just get on with those. So the figures will be returning, and there will be some scale models coming to the channel, starting with an Airfix starter set. So what have I been watching? I have been watching House of Dragons. I am absolutely loving it. I've watched season 1 when it came out. Was it last year, the year before? I watched episode 1. Now obviously that continues on from season 1. Episode 2 and 3 is obviously the build up, and now if you haven't watched it, episode 4 is the start of the battles, and it's really exciting. And one of the great things about it is, when I was watching Game of Thrones, don't drop a comment about Game of Thrones, everybody has their thoughts on them. There are differences between the show and the books, and House of Dragons is going exactly the same way. And I've been watching a lot of analysis videos, I call them analysis videos, and it all makes sense because the books are the written histories, the way that history is written, whereas the TV show is showing you what actually happened. and it's quite interesting. There's one character who, because she was on the her father was on the throne, she is the lovely, lovely princess who can do no wrong, beautiful, lovely, sweet. So all the history books are kind to her. Then obviously all of the Dance of the Dragon kicks off, and she's no longer anything to do with the throne. So as far as the history writers are concerned, she's now the bad guy, which is why all the bad things are written about her. And it's interesting watching her, expecting certain things to happen, and they're not happening, and you're like, no, I mean, you might think the other side are the good guys, but I know who I'm rooting for. And it's like, no, I think that's a little bit unfair. So it looks like it's a program that, even if you're a book reader, you can still get a lot of enjoyment out of it, because if you've read the books, you've read the official written histories. You know the saying, the history books are written by the winners. And obviously this is how the history has been written. So it's a one point of opinion written. So yeah, really, really enjoying it. I'm also watching the old reruns of House. I love House. I wouldn't ever want to be treated by Dr. House, but I think it's absolutely brilliant. And there was something else, Wentworth. I've started watching Wentworth. I think Wentworth is quite old now. So Wentworth, for those of you that are really old, there used to be a program called Prisoner Cell Block H, well known for having cardboard corridors and not the best Australian acting, but I loved it. It used to be on late. You used to have to stay up late and watch it, and if you weren't that rich, you didn't have a VHS recorder, so you had to stay up late to watch it, and I absolutely loved it. And then more recently they've done a remake of it, and the stories don't really follow so much from Prisoner Cell Block H, but they have regurgitated the character names. So you've got your B. Smiths and your Lizzie Birdsworth and your Doreens and Frankie. Now, when I watched it before, I was completely up to date on it. This is back in my days when I used to watch TV, and the last episode I watched, it was the last in the series, and B. Smith had just broken out of prison. Joan Ferguson was in it. B. Smith just escaped from prison. That was the end of the series, and I've actually never watched it up from there. And I think I saw something on Facebook, I saw a clip or something, and it didn't quite make sense from what I remember. So I've started watching it again from season 1, episode 1, and I'm just going to watch an episode as and when I can, and then eventually I'll get up to the bit where B. Smith escapes prison, and then I think it's about 7 seasons. I think it's season 3 I've watched, so I've got 4 seasons to catch up on. Excuse me with my phone, I'm just having a little look at my app so I can tell you. It does this lovely thing where when you watch something, if you go into continue watching, whatever you watch last goes to number 1. So we've got House of Dragon. 11/22/63 I've been watching. Now I think I watched about 2 or 3 episodes before, and it's about this guy that can go back in the past to before JFK being shot, and then he's got to sort of find out who actually shot him. It seems to be exploring conspiracy theories. The bit that I'm up to, there was another senator who had an assassination attempt, and they believe that the person who attempted to assassinate this senator was the same person who shot JFK. So if they can catch Oswald, if they can prove that Oswald didn't shoot this senator, then he couldn't have shot JFK. And I think it just explores conspiracy theories. I've also been watching a program called 2 Weeks to Live. I've only just started watching it. It's got what's her name, Maisie, the girl who played Arya Stark in Game of Thrones. And the reason I watched it was I saw a clip of it on Facebook. I watch a lot of Facebook shorts and YouTube shorts, and she had basically gone into this cafe, ordered a breakfast, and the guy like, you can have a bacon sandwich and a cup of tea for £3, and she pulls out all of her money, and he can see that she's got a load of money, and so he decides he's having some of that, and he goes, oh, but if you want it hot, that's another £10. And then she's like, oh, okay then. And then he's like, oh, and £10 to park your Jeep in the car park. Okay, there you go. Oh, can I use your toilet? Yeah, £10. And then he's quite abusive to his wife. And then the next scene you see, she's killed them all. And she's like, this guy who runs the cafe, he's dead with oink oink written on his forehead. And then the next scene, she's in the Jeep about to go, and this woman comes running out, and she says, oi. And this maid, she goes, oh, is there something wrong? And she goes, yeah, you forgot your bacon sandwich. And I've watched about half an episode of the first one, so I'm not really going to comment on that. The other thing I've seen is Afterlife. That is absolutely brilliant. Afterlife is a comedy by Ricky Gervais. Actually, I'm not watching it as a comedy. There's funny stuff in it, but I'm kind of watching it as I can see. Obviously, he's dealing with the death of his wife. There are parallels with me dealing with the death of my mother 20 odd years ago, and it's not bringing back painful memories, but it's bringing back the times when I first lost her and how I was dealing with life and how I was coping, and there were moments when I'm like, there's really not worth anything. My life just isn't worth carrying on. My life is empty. And, over the course of 20 odd years, I don't think my story is unusual when I say things like that. But I've been forced to get on with my life. My mother was always there for me. Every mistake I made, she was there to help me out. Whether that was a good thing or a bad thing, having someone there to mop you up every time you screw up. Does it teach you anything? I don't know. And then all of a sudden I'm forced to just carry on in the world on my own. And here I am today. And, if my mother hadn't died when she died, I might be a completely different person. So, yeah, it's a little bit deeper for me than just being a comedy. And it's really interesting. I am really enjoying it. There is loads of other stuff. I've just seen a program called Starsky and Hutch. No! 4 seasons of Starsky and Hutch, starting with season 1, episode 1, the pilot. Oh, so looks like I need this coach work then, so I can find time to watch stuff, but I can't watch it. Can't watch it. I've got so much in my watch list. Right, guys, I have been going on forever there. So I will be doing weekly updates. The question really is when I'm filming them. I'm filming this on a Friday afternoon for Sunday because I know I'm going to work on Saturday and not coming back till Sunday. Obviously, if I'm going to be if I don't have a Sunday at work, then obviously I'll record stuff a little bit closer to the time. Now, I want to do a lot more lives. I enjoy doing the shows where I'm just at the bench doing whatever. I want to just pick a project and that will be done live. I might pick a project that everybody's done or something, or maybe a big massive project, and just sit there and get on with it. Obviously what the priority is for me is doing my videos. So like this that I'm doing, that needs to get filmed, and it needs to get filmed at more than a rate of 1 video a week. Lancaster needs some filming done to it. Obviously, that's become stuck a little bit. But yeah, so it's. But what do you think about lives? The only trouble with me doing lives is there may, at most, there might be one, maybe two a week, and they won't be the same times. They might not be well. They won't be the same days. They may not be the same times. Obviously, there's a couple of shows that I like to join in with. So, for example, if it's the early hours of the morning, if I'm on late, and then I've got a day off, and I need to stay awake at night. There's a wonderful guy, King Bob. He does a regular show, so I might be able to jump on with him, which means I won't be streaming to my channel. But it's I think one of the things that's really important is sorry, just checking emails and things like that. Oh, of course, yeah, they got this other big news, haven't you? There's a football tournament going on somewhere, isn't it? I don't know what time the kick-off is in relation to when this is coming out. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to do a sneaky little Google search. So on Sunday. Oh, okay, that's fine. So, if you are watching this at the time of release, let's see, I can't tell you exactly what time is now because I've done this in 2 bits, but I reckon there's about an hour till kick-off. Or if you're not watching it as it comes out, kick-off was, but yeah, apparently there's a little tournament going on, and then all of a sudden everyone in England is expecting, and I've had me fun. Obviously being, as I said to someone, being adopted Scottish, it's the law that I have to support whoever England are playing. So, and I saw a funny little, I got a laugh. So apparently everyone in Scotland has now supported 3 different teams and is still yet to see their team win. Because obviously they naturally support whoever England are playing. But no, best of luck to England. Fair enough. I'll be honest with you, I was one of the ones who was saying in the early stages, no way, at this rate England aren't going to do very well. Somehow, they've turned it on when it mattered. They got themselves to the final. What's that, 2 Euro finals on the trot? Last time they lost to Italy. Now they're playing Spain. I think, if you're being realistic, it's one of those ones where if England win, fantastic, they're European champions. If they lose, it's not embarrassing to lose to Spain, is it? It's not like they're playing Iceland, is it? So, right guys, so I will get as I say, there's a few videos coming out this week. We've got a couple of ETs coming out. We've got the final Eddie Stobart coming out. Yes. Gauntlet, single issue of Gauntlet is coming out, and then that takes us to next Sunday when I'll be doing a channel update. So take care, guys. Missed you all. New adventures ahead for more than one reason. My channel is now starting to do, it's doing the things that I want it to do, which is I'm starting to reduce the number of part works. It's not that I'm fed up with part works, it's just that I do believe I have the modelling skills to do something alternative to a part work. Having said that, we don't know what the future holds. The new part works that have come out, none of the new ones have really interested me. I'm never saying never. I'm a little bit tempted by that Dalek, but I've found plans online on how to make my own Dalek, and I know how to make a life-size Dalek. Why would I want a model of a Dalek when I can do a life-size one? Can you imagine that? Going to a Comic-Con in a Dalek and just go exterminate, just going up to everyone and stealing the show. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Right guys, so hopefully I'm having fun as you watch this. Hopefully you are too, and I'll catch you in another video. Take care guys, bye bye.